So, you've taken the girls away on a camp. It's the first night, they're all settling down for the night, and then drama ensues because two of the girls have had a falling out and they're not talking to another girl and they both want her to take sides, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning and you're exhausted and everyone's exhausted and everybody's crying, and it's real drama, isn't it? There's lots of drama in friendships, particularly in adolescent friendships. And one of the really big things that I think is really important for us to do is to help girls grow in confidence to handle conflict, to resolve conflict, to ask for help, to see that these situations can be resolved. Sometimes they can do it themselves, sometimes they need others to get involved. So this third section about empower is actually empowering the girls with confidence to handle conflict well. And you've got a really fun activity you're going to do, which involves 5 different animals. And I suppose it's the same in my life. I often think about how I handle conflict, and every day is different, isn't it? Some days we feel really confident and we trust that we are loved by a friend, and so when we have to say the tough stuff or when we have to hear the tough stuff, we can take it because we know in general, yeah, we're loved, we've got a good friendship. There are other friendships that we have that just almost conflict just threatens it, doesn't it? Because we haven't got a deep enough friendship, or we've never learned how to handle it. So I think you're going to have a lot of wisdom to bring to the group. It's not about knowing everything, but it's about being a little bit ahead of the game, isn't it? So this activity, you've got 5 animals. You've got a bull, and a bull charges in. You've got an ostrich, buries his head in the sand. You've got a bombardier beetle, Google this, apparently they release a little bit of vaporous gas and run away. You've got a koala, bottles everything up and then rah, goes crazy. And the last one is an owl who can stand back and see everything. So really the activity is about encouraging the girls to think about how do they normally handle conflict. Now, we learn about how to handle conflict from people and situations all around us, and we need to be sensitive about this because it could be that some of our girls come from home situations where conflict is really handled very, very badly, and girls might feel very, very anxious about any thought of a conversation about conflict. It might feel immediately that they're approaching this in a very different emotional place than some of the other girls, which is why an activity like this can be quite fun, because actually it's about them putting themselves in the third person. Imagine you were an animal, how would you handle it? So it enables you to give the girls permission to begin to think about how they handle conflict in their friendship. So I'd encourage you maybe not to talk about family conflict, just talk about friendships, peer groups. And what will happen is it will open up all kinds of discussions about how do you think it would be best to handle conflict in this situation? What could somebody do? And encourage the girls to be really good agony aunts to each other. You know, what would an ostrich want to say to a koala? What would be a real benefit of sticking your head in the sand? Is there any benefit? What about the bull? Maybe charging in is a great idea and sorting it out, but maybe charging in is the worst idea. So there's no perfect answer here. It's just encouraging the girls to think about how they could handle conflict. I'm a big fan of role play and hot seating and anything that gives the girls a bit of an experience about what we're doing, encourages them to try stuff on for size. So I think it'd be really good once you've done this activity to kind of think, how can I give these girls a bit of confidence to do it? Let's create one of these scenarios, and maybe the girls can act it out and they can have a go at being directors and encouraging, right, let's do the scene again, how could we do it differently? And apparently, so neuroscientists tell us, if we role play something, actually the way that our brain converts that to memory is often it tells us we've been through this before. So role playing a scenario, even if you just fall about and giggle and it's great fun, actually will probably give the girls, who, particularly those that really need this kind of help, almost that kind of memory bank of, oh, I've been through this before and actually I remember that I could speak out, or I could say that upset me, or I can say I'm not ready to talk about this now. And it really empowers the girls to be their own heroes and to be heroes for each other as well. So enjoy it, have fun, share a bit of how you handle conflict, how you'd like to do it differently, and have a great fun empowering yourself and the girls to handle conflict differently.